Okay, the Great Leap, or a four-part framework for knowing when to quit your 9 to 5 job. Quitting your 9 to 5 job can be extremely stressful, and knowing exactly when to do that, you could feel like this guy. um, I mean, honestly, you could feel like this if you have a 9 to 5 job and you allow people to stress you out too. So, either way, pick your poison. But what I found was this four option exit framework that really just helps me understand like when the best time to like quit your job, make that leap in order to run your own business is. Um, so there's four different options. Option one is the high one runway cushion. So this is when you have 2 years worth of living expenses saved up. Now, why I choose 2 years worth? You need 1 year just for, you know, paying your bills, paying your rent or your mortgage, paying the water bill, electricity bill. You need all your expenses taken care of where you're not worrying about them. So that's just 1 year. So half of this amount of savings is going to go towards that. Then the other year, you're going to have 6 months worth of income that you could put towards your business because any business needs money in order to grow, whether that's subscriptions for whatever it is that you're doing, purchasing, I don't know, upfront, like items or whatever the cost of your running your business is. And then you have another 6 months just for a rainy day, something unexpected happens, something that you weren't anticipating occurs, and you need to be able to access that. Once you have 2 years worth of living expenses already saved up in the bank, ready to go, I would then say it's okay for you to take the leap, take the jump, and go after your business full time, full faucet. The next is going to be the pre-built faucet. So this is really like how influencers work, which is basically saying that you're going to build up a whole audience um, or a customer base, right, on the side. So while you're working every day after work, maybe on your lunch break, maybe during your actual work hours, if you're not really monitored too intensely, you're going to create content to build up your audience or your customer base. I have all sorts of like courses on how to do that, but like, yeah. Once you build it up to a point where it's undeniable that you already know that you have a bunch of people you could sell to, I would say then it's time for you to A, try it, right? As in sell something, see how it does. And if you have revenue trickling in and all you need to do to pump up the volume or make more revenue is just apply more time to it, then I would say go for it, do it. You already have the customer base there, you already have your product made out. And that's a good time for you to decide to just let the faucet flow freely by leaving your job and focusing on your business entirely. Option three is actually outside capital. So this is where a lot of those unicorns, multi-million dollar businesses do. They raise capital, not from friends and family, although you can do that, or not really from Kickstarter campaigns, but really from venture capital, private equity investors, venture capitalists. It's just proper angel investors, all of that. Once you raise enough money, you're going to have enough money to put towards advertising to scale your business, right? So a lot of the times investors aren't going to give you money just based on an idea. You're going to have some sort of track record or proof that it's working. And then you just need money in order to scale. You're going to have to pay to advertise. That's how you scale. So I just want to say like paid advertising is designed to scale an offer that already works. It's never going to take an offer that sucks and magically make it convert. So just make sure that you already have your product market fit. Make sure it's already proven. Make sure you already know that everything's going to work out. And you just need someone's capital in order to juggernaut you forward. That's option three. And then the last option is really just the strategic support system. So this is when you have a partner, a spouse, family members, friends, maybe even significant others who just believe in your vision enough to support you financially as you're able to build. So if you have a wife who is, a lawyer or like makes enough that she can handle the rent, handle feeding the kids as you're over here building this business out, then that, is something that could work for you. If you are a young person and you live with your parents because you're still in school or you just graduated and you want to do something with the internet, like that's a great time to do that. You can still live with your parents for an X amount of time. And, a lot of iconic entrepreneurs have actually taken this route. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, was like living in his like garage, in his dad's garage or something like that. Or that's where they started it. And then once the business got going, they were able to, take on other financial pressures of like an office or like an actual place to stay. So just, I want to emphasize like operational runway, meaning like money to put towards the business is extremely important. You need to be financially ready in order to take on the expenses of being alive, like healthcare and all that other good stuff, but also put towards the business because you'll you don't want to be in a frame of mind where you're making desperate decisions and you're thinking short term instead of long term. And I just want to introduce the concept of asymmetric risk to you, which is really just making sure you're capping your downside, meaning that like if something goes wrong, you're not going to be homeless. You're not going to be, in a situation where you can't get out of or get back from. And that the upside is actually worth it, meaning that like if your business is not going to be something that only has the potential to make $50,000 a year, and that's if it goes perfectly well. You want something that can support the lifestyle that you envision for yourself and for your family and for your future. And that leads me to, what are you optimizing for? So freedom is mine. Like that's my primary driver. I want to be in control of my own time, my own income, and how I live my life. And when you have a 9 to 5 or you work for other people, you have to be on their time. I don't like that. That's not something that works for me. Income. Are you looking to maximize your wealth and just build a compounding asset that just keeps growing and growing and growing? Maybe you want to pass wealth on to your family or to your to your children once you are of a certain age. Are you looking for impact? So, like businesses, I believe, are impactful because people wouldn't part with their money if it wasn't of value, whatever it is you're offering. So I think business is a great way to make the world a better place. Or even ego. Like some people are just trying to prove to themselves or the world that they can do something, great. And all of those are great answers. There's nothing wrong with any of those answers, but just be very clear, have clarity about what it is that's driving you to be an entrepreneur because it is not easy. And then lastly, just before you take the leap, test. Let the market decide. I think it's a great idea to, while you still have your job, run ads to whatever it is you're offering or to whatever it is that you are selling, just to see if it's biting, if there's product market fit, if it's profitable. You don't need to leave your income and then try to see if it's going to work. Like make sure it works first by testing. Just literally go on Facebook, put up some ads for whatever it is your offer is, and just see what happens. And it's literally just $5 a day. It's a cup of coffee a day, and you can find out and even tweak and better your product or better your business before you leave to run it full time. So all of this to say is just be smart, be intelligent. A business is a beautiful thing and it's great for the world, but running it can be very difficult. So just make smart decisions. Again, if you want to learn how my paid ads course, you can go to demilowecourses.com and we will have all the courses there. It's literally just a monthly subscription. You get access to all the courses I have made up until this point and in the future courses as long as you're still subscribed. So check that out. Again, that was demilowecourses.com. Other than that, I will catch you guys on the next upload and I will see you next time we upload to the Lowe Report.